Shalom. So we will be looking at the illusion of choosing, right? Because a lot of times, even though we consciously say, I did this, I did that, we really think we are the ones that are making those um, choosing, right? No, we're going to look at some examples of some habits of the mind. Sometimes we talk about bad habits, but the things are not the bad habits. The mind itself is the actual bad habit, right? So if a person has a habit of eating hot wings, hot wings, hot wings, guess what? There's nothing wrong with hot wings. The bad habit is not hot wings, the bad habit is the mind, right? So let's say a person has a habit of just eating a lot of hot wings, right? And no, the person wants to make a right choosing, right? So instead of eating hot wings, you're gonna have to change to vegetables. No, it is not the habit of the mind to eat vegetables. So naturally, you're going to go back to what the mind is accustomed to. So if you have, even if you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to stop eating hot wings today and I'm going to switch to vegetables, if you have both of them in front of you, you still cannot choose the vegetable because the mind, the tendency of the mind, the habit of the mind itself is doing the choosing. However, this little guy right up here that you call I, he always takes the credit. So he's gonna say, I choose to eat vegetable hot wings. No, you did not, right? You did not choose it. The habit itself made the choosing for you, right? So why did not you choose vegetables if you were in control of it? And this is the problem why some of us are hard to change all the ways, all the habits, right? So choosing between what is right and what you're accustomed to can be very difficult sometimes. And you need the knowledge to really free yourself from the habits of the mind, right? Now, another example is a person who sleeps in, sleeps late, right? What if that person say, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna get up at 6 o'clock and do some exercise? Guess what? The tendency is to sleep, to stay late in bed. So even if you wake up, because it is not the normal inclination of the mind to exercise, you're just gonna lay in bed, you're gonna turn off the alarm, you're gonna just find a source, okay, I'm gonna stay another 5 minutes. That 5 minutes is gonna end up being 2 hours, 3 hours, right? You're not the one choosing to stay in bed. It is already the habit. It's like a child. When a baby learns to climb on things in the house, guess what? He only needs to learn it one time. The rest of the time, he'll be doing it as a habit. So we are still at that stage when it comes to our mind. We are not in control. We don't have the knowledge to take control of our mind. So, sorry, we are being led by what we think and how we feel rather than what is right, right? And this is why we have so much problem with repenting or doing the things that are right as opposed to what we desire. All right. So how do you combat this? Choosing between what is right and old habits. Knowledge. With knowledge comes free will. And that's what Adam got when you read Genesis 2 verse 7, right? The wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, that's what he got. Now he can make a right choice. So no longer are you ruled by your old habits, but no, you can choose freely between what is right and what you desire. So if you have a plate of vegetables and a plate of hot wings in front of you, you're naturally going to choose according to what you like. Now, knowledge will let you look at things not according to how you feel about it, but according to what is right. So you're gonna look at it and say, oh, well, the hot wing is unhealthy. There's processed chickens and this and that, and the oil and so forth. So but you can look at the vegetables and say, okay, I get a lot of iron here. It helps with my blood count. It helps with such and such. And now you're choosing between what is right and what you like. Knowledge gives you the free will to choose between what is right and what is the habit of the mind. Now, you go back to the same thing with sleeping late and exercise. Guess what? When you look at it, you can say, okay, every time I sleep in, I realize that half of the day is already gone and I don't do anything. I don't do any chores. I don't do anything. I'm wasting half of the day. Wherein, if you get up early and you exercise, you will be healthy, you'll be in good shape, and it gives you energy to move about doing other things, and you'll be productive for the rest of the day. So you're now choosing between what is right over what is the habit of your mind, right? So again, it's going to come down to knowledge. So once you can discern between the consequences, then you don't worry about the what is present, what is there, what is available to you, right? And this is how you choose. You choose according to knowledge, right? Once you can discern, you choose according to that, even if it goes against what you like. And sometimes that is part of our hardest fights, to give up what we like. We're not thinking about if it's right or if it's wrong. It's just if the mind likes it. And usually, what is good or healthy for us, it's not always tasty, right? So, eating foods from the earth, it's not as tasty as eating all these things with all these sugar, ice cream, chocolate, cookie, and they're desirable. That which is healthy for you, they're not so desirable according to the taste buds, right? So again, you do the choosing when you can choose against your own desire. That is called free will. Your habits, the inclination of your mind no longer has power or dominion over you. No, with knowledge, you have dominion over what you like. Shalom.